Hi guys, it's Jacob from Stringbuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being the music journalism site, links are in the description down below. And we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Incubus, and that's Nimble Bastard. So I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. So Incubus are back with a brand new single, and it's remarkable how the group have kept this momentum up for such a long period at this point. Sure, I was never the biggest fan of their music growing up and back in the day, but I do admire their constant positivity and the loyalty their fan base continues to surprise me with. They've never dipped in quality either, still releasing critically acclaimed album after critically acclaimed album. Try saying that one twice as quick. Shall we see what I thought of this brand new track? Well, I thought it was pretty darn good, and although it wasn't what I was expecting from the group, I still admit I had a really good time listening to it. Its main selling point for me is its flexibility and diversity, pulling popular aspects from many genres to create a very cultured and mature track. It has pop-punky elements, it has rocky moments, it has indie elements, and it has even alternative moments. The incorporation is seamless too, never coming across as forced, but rather flowing and fun. I think the songwriting of the track showcases the professionalism of the group very well, and I hope they keep up this varied style in the future, because, let's face it, this song is far superior to, say, what Linkin Park released recently. When it comes to the production of this track, I do have a few issues, or just a fair few issues here. For one, the guitars are really quite limp and gutless for me. Sure, when it comes to the solo, we get a pretty interesting and powerful tone, but the strumming sections are so quiet and unnoticeable that it sounds as if it's been purposely swamped by the bass. And moving onto the bass, I did like the tone it possessed, and it added a ton of drive and wholesomeness and impact to that low end, but like I said, it did feel like it swamped the guitars and caused the mid-ground to really collapse in on itself. I thought the vocals were fairly decent though, and they never sounded too tampered with, keeping a degree of simplicity to them, which hence created a very natural and organic layer, which is something I was looking for in the vocals. I also thought the drums sounded fairly decent as well, with each part proving its worth in all three ends of the mix. So yeah, a decent enough job here, a decent enough production cycle. Musicality wise, I love their approach to making this song. The verses are pretty much based around your usual bare bones alternative rock sequence, with this stabby Gordel guitar work, which is both blood pumping as well as being brooding at the same time, which is kind of interesting. Then the chorus crashes in with power and strength and intensity, creating an almost pop punk like sequence, which is frenetic, exciting and flurrying, something very different juxtaposed together with something very different in itself. Moving on to the bridge, we hear a straight up indie sequence with a couple dissonant guitar bends and a return of that stabby chordal rhythm. This part had to be my favourite, as it reminded me a ton of when Franz Ferdinand broke onto the scene. So yeah, that's a pretty unique sound and throwback. But what I like the most about the musicality of this track is its grittiness despite all these different aspects. They kept it very raw and very original, rather than stooping to cliches and things we've heard before, and I think that's largely down to the fairly bare bones production as well, which I mentioned earlier. I did think the song did lack in, say, like a big hook though, as the lyrical content was decent and the accompaniment was catchy, but I found the vocal melodies just a little bit forgettable and passable, to be honest. In fact, the whole track could have done with some more exploratory vocal melodies, as I found these a little functional and one-dimensional as well. Lyrically, the track is really quite strong, and it's somewhat quirky too, which I really didn't expect. I found the lyrics enjoyable, interesting, exciting, and as well as being a little bit unique as well, just different to the usual sort of stuff and themes that people are talking about at the moment, especially in the scene in February. We've had very sort of one-dimensional lyrics, and although the vocal performance wasn't as strong as I wanted here, I just did enjoy the lyrics. So all in all, a really solid track that I recommend to everyone, not just fans of the group. So I gave it a G rating of 7 out of 10, which is well above average. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.